So on Raw, Imperium against Uso, Kofi, and Woods opens the show because they've been actually doing an angle with these guys for a while where they've been getting really vicious. Where the Imperium has, and they went 20 minutes to start off the show here, and the good guys go over, and then they hit the finishing sequence is good again. Vinci tagged in, caught Jay with a kick, and Jay fired back with a kick. And Kingston and Woods elevated Vinci to 1D for Jay, who followed up with a top rope splash on Vinci and Pitt. So good timing on the finish. What did you think of this?
It was different opening, which I liked. It was in an in-ring, hot match, but Uso got the hot tag in the first time. I think this is the first time I've ever seen him against Gunther. And obviously that probably is a match for WrestleMania, which is probably going to be hot. I think that Yeet thing's going to get old pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I like when Gunther had the guy in the Boston Crab and he went in there and slapped him.
Yeah, that was good. So next, the Lashley and Ford and them were coming down for his qualifier match for Lashley, but they go to an Andrade vignette. I missed this. I didn't realize this was on the show. He said life has taught him he has to decide what he wants and what he deserves. He said his first match when he was 13. He's been a champion many times. He recalled winning the NXT Championship and the U.S. Championship. He said titles were not enough for him to remember who he was. He said after 3 years, he is back and the direction is clear. All right? Not much there.
This is kind of funny because that promo is the same promo that I kind of wrote for him when he first came to AAA.
Right.
And I wonder if he just kind of copy-pasted it or was just a coincidence. Mm-hmm. But that was basically it. I've been a champion since I was very young, and I've been a champion everywhere I've gone. And actually, he produced that. The one he sent to AAA, which Joe should have. He could probably show it to you if you want to see it. But I thought the one he produced was better than the one WWE did.
Well, I thought the one that he did that sounded like the one that you gave him was not good.
Right.
The next one is Reed versus Lashley. Take a wild guess who it is. This is kind of this poor guy Bronson Reed. So Reed goes off, leaves, right? And they were selling it on their social media, like pretty hard. How depressed he is for failing because he dreamed about going back and wrestling in his home country.
Right.
Because they're going, but it's like I was crying. I was watching one of these videos on the thing, but they were. I mean, I'm sure he'll probably bring him in to be part of the show,
right?
Somehow, because they're really selling it, and he's not like, because they were selling.
Well, the thing with Reed is he's so believable that even though he takes a lot of losses in like high profile matches,
right?
When they decide to finally push him, he'll get over.
Right. So this is actually a pretty good little segment. They showed Sami getting interviewed in an empty arena before the show in the stands. And he was talking about, just like he said he's, he feels embarrassed losing to Drew. He felt that way before, but he says he is a contender and will be a champion someday. It would not be an easy path. Then Shinsuke comes up on the screen and he interrupts and asks what was wrong with Zayn and whether he's forgotten his big moments. And Nakamura says Zayn acts like he's in misery and he gets sympathy from the fans like Cody Rhodes. And Nakamura accused Zayn of swindling people to stay in the spotlight. And Nakamura said he will pick up Zayn's soul and continue his warpath forward. I thought that was very creatively done, that segment. Did you like that?
I'm surprised he didn't call him a grifter and a con man. Nothing.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was different. It was cool because he did the same interview in the stands, empty stands that he did last week. But this time Nakamura showed up. Yeah.
Right. So Cody comes out dressed in a suit and got a good pop. He asked what they want to talk about. He said he believes he'll be headlining WrestleMania when he challenges Roman Reigns. Cody said it took him some time to say that and credit the fans as being the reason he could. He said the fans made their voices heard, but we want Cody chant broke out. And Cody thanked the fans and said he doesn't know how he can ever repay them. Actually, maybe there's only one way, Cody said. He said he's passionate about WWE and wears his heart on his sleeve. Cody said he didn't want to become emotional or then he would become a crybaby, and fans booed, and then a Rocky Sucks chant broke out. And Cody said that while everyone was saying they wanted him, there was one man who didn't want to hear it. And Cody said that man is the most famous man alive and a potential presidential nominee, he said. Cody said a footage of The Rock on the Pat McAfee show talking about Cody crybabies last week, and Cole told McAfee this all his fault. Cody said he knows promos are different from the last time Rock was here, and a few people could even fathom mention a Rock on the mic, but I have to ask, what are we supposed to do with the Nuggets? And McAfee said I think it's supposed to. He said the thing. Cody said the one thing Rock doesn't do well is listen. He said he didn't say anything to defile Rock's ancestors at the press conference, and he got slapped in the face. He said, since you hit me, I'm going to have to hit you back. Seth comes out, took a bow, and Rollins said that it says you're welcome to Cody. He says as much as he looked forward to defend his title against Cody at WrestleMania, he gets why Cody made a decision because you got to finish your story, right? Rollins told Cody needs to finish a story for himself, his father, for Rollins, and for the fans. And Rollins said that Cody doesn't beat Roman and take his title. The landscape on the other side of WrestleMania is very dark. Rollins referred to Reigns as the most powerful champion in the modern era and said Reigns would gain more power and show up even less to defend his title. Rollins asked what Cody's plan was, and Rollins said Cody got screwed out of the main event last year. And Rollins said Cody fought his way back, but the deck is stacked against him. The bar has been raised. He said Cody wouldn't just be dealing with Paul, Jimmy, Solo, and Roman. He said Cody has to deal with the biggest star, the most influential man in the entertainment industry. He's got to deal with The Rock. Another Rocky Sucks chant broke out. Rollins told the crowd that he tends to agree with him, and that's why he was there to show Cody that he doesn't have to fight this battle alone. Rollins said he and Cody haven't seen eye to eye, and Rollins recalled Cody saying he wants to take everything from Reigns, and Rollins said he felt that deep in his soul. And Rollins said that's why he stepped up at the press conference. He said he's sick of arrogant, entitled Rock and Reigns thinking they can do whatever they want, always getting away with it. Rollins took partial responsibility for the man that Reigns has become, but he said he never could have imagined the monster he's become. So the monster now has two heads, and they stand side by side with the only person on the planet who's entitled and selfish he is. So he said, when it comes to fighting the bloodline, The Rock and Reigns, there's only one man on earth who is uniquely qualified to be Cody's shield. And Rollins said that man was once an architect, and now he's a visionary and a revolutionary, and he dropped the mic and exited the ring. What did you think about this promo?
I thought Rollins was incredible here. Great emotion, great delivery. You basically read everything he said. I like when he said he would be his shield. I'm wondering if it's going to be, because he keeps saying he's going to be there with him. Is this going to be Rhodes and Rollins versus Rock and Reigns? Because I think all the people that are complaining would probably complain more.
Well, that's their point. Well, they're pointing at that as like a potential match, obviously.
Right.
You know, I don't know where they're going to when and where they're going to do it though. So we'll see.
Yeah, because all the people that were complaining would complain again, I think.
Right. They interviewed the Usos and the Woods and Kingston backstage, and they said that Uso would get a title shot against Gunther. Then Liv Morgan goes out for Zoe Stark. Stark had a small promo. They go 9 minutes for the qualifier. Liv wins. Yeah, nothing. You got anything to say about that?
Zero interest in either one of them. Yeah.
Did the Judgment Day's walking backstage, and Truth told McDonough he's not in the Judgment Day, and Priest said he would handle it. They had some jokes together, but it's over. And he said Truth was never in Judgment Day, and he said there was no initiation or reinitiation. Priest said tonight would be an execution, and McDonough made his entrance and was accompanied by Priest, Balor, Mysterio. So then do Truth versus McDonough again. Truth set up for an attitude adjustment, but McDonough escaped and rolled him up for a 2 count while holding his pants for leverage, and Truth came back, but McDonough hit him with the devil inside finisher, scored the pin. And after the match, Balor and Dom joined McDonough in the ring. Truth fought them off, but Priest entered the ring and went face-to-face with Truth, who had to fight off McDonough. Priest dropped Truth with the right hand, and the Judgment Day members put the boost him, and then the Ciampa and Gargano came out for the save. So they got some good heat on Truth there. And I don't know if he's going to come back again. I don't know. What do you think he's going to do next with that?
I think they might team him up with Gargano and the other guys so they can get that babyface rub against Judgment Day, who are hot, because maybe they can breathe some air into these two who seem, to me, stale at the moment.
Right. So they showed Sami Zayn getting fired up by Cody Rhodes, is pumping him up for his match later. Then they showed Becky comes out for a promo, and she was talking about, how her relationship with her little girl has changed because she's gotten beat up and had to show her kid her beat up face. She says she's missed birthdays, weddings, and her own father's funeral. She says she's obsessed and never been more obsessed with regaining her championship. A lot of fans love Rhea, don't think anyone can beat her. Then the Mammy champ broke out. Then Lynch said Ripley has never faced anyone quite like her. Lynch had someone from ringside hand her a drink and made a toast about the ride they were going to WrestleMania. And she toasted Ripley and said bottoms up before taking a swig from the drink. Then Nia Jax comes out and was acting real emotional, talking about her kid. So I wish I could be a mother someday. And she was like crying. But she said what you call it? The women's world champ. Well, she said that she goes, Jackson Lynch. Dadgummit. So here. Hang on a minute. Jack said, I think there's a line here. I want to, Jack said nothing that will stop Lynch, just like nothing's going to stop me from beating Rhea Ripley and becoming the women's world champion. So basically what Jax was saying in her promo, she was like, yeah, I think you're going to win the Elimination Chamber.
Right.
She goes, but, you think you're going to face Rhea Ripley? She goes, no, I'm going to beat Rhea Ripley and you're going to have to face me.
Right.
And then so then Rhea came out and they went at it, and basically they just started brawling, and Jax did a splash on both of them in the corner, and then they drop kicked her and knocked Jax out of the ring, and then Ripley and Lynch had a stare down. So the segment wasn't that bad, I thought.
Yeah, Lynch was good on the mic. Nia Jax crying looked very fake, and the people knew because they booed her.
Right, they were booing her, right? She was talking about it, right?
Right.
I was going to hate she was getting
She's trying to get
emotional,
sympathy, right? Yeah. And then the other thing was that it looks like eventually we're going to see Lynch and Ripley, like that's going to happen eventually. But in the meantime, Nia Jax could throw a monkey wrench into everything. So it's a good little story for once with the women, because usually they don't have good stories.
So Drew was interviewed backstage and said Cody second guessing finishing his story, took credit for pushing him in that direction. The McIntyre said people think he did it because he wants to face Seth at WrestleMania. McIntyre said he's the underdog and he had to beat AJ Styles to qualify for the chamber. The McIntyre looked in the camera and told Cody to take himself out of the match next week. McIntyre says Cody should avoid two things: being in his prayers and fight him one-on-one because he might not make it to WrestleMania. So they're building up that match for next week. And then more comedy with Truth. He told Gargano and Ciampa that he can't believe he was saved by DX. Then Truth asked him how Road Dogg was doing, and Truth said he had 2 words to them. No thank you, Truth said. Qualifier match, and everybody and their mother knew what the finish was going to be. The guy went for something and missed, and he just hit him with this finish 1, 2, 3. But LA Knight beats Ivar.
Yeah, and Ivar always looks good. I thought AJ might interfere in this, but he didn't.
Right. Backstage, Adam Pearce was talking to Chelsea. Wait, hang on, did I miss something here? Okay, no. So backstage, McIntyre, Sami's walking backstage and found Drew waiting for him. McIntyre told Zayn to keep his name out of his mouth and his nose out of his business. And Zayn told McIntyre to get out of his way, and McIntyre stepped aside, and Zayn walked past him apprehensively. So they had a little moment there backstage, and then so Adam Pearce is talking to all the girls. They're all arguing. I fast-forwarded to that. I couldn't care less what they said. Then Sami gets on Shinsuke. Drew distracts him. Shinsuke wins. Drew and Shinsuke put the boots of the Zayn after the match. Cody makes a save. What'd you think of this?
It was good. It was good. I think the thing with Zayn is they've got so many people right now that they're pushing. You can't push everybody at the same time. Once the dust clears after WrestleMania, I think we'll see them push Zayn.
Right. So the show was just forwarded a bunch of stuff. They're doing these qualifiers because they have to for the Elimination Chamber. To me, this is a hiccup in storytelling because they just have a bunch of matches like tournament style that I couldn't care less. But we'll see what happens in Elimination Chamber. So
yeah, especially since there's no surprises, that makes it even worse.
Right.
Yeah. But 2 good promos, that's for sure.
Right.
And I also like Truth also using John Cena's moves. Because he says that's his childhood hero when Truth is older than him. But,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.